Welcome back, movie lovers. We'll be going through a movie known as Damage. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel to see more of my content. Let's dive right into it. Respected British MP Dr. Stephen Fleming is expected to be the next Minister of Health. He is married to the stunning Ingrid, with whom he has a son named Martin and a daughter named Sally. The movie starts with the appearance of Dr. Stephen as he walks briskly in his workplace. He meets up with the Prime Minister and they discuss his possible promotion to the next Minister of Health. When Stephen gets home, he meets Ingrid, who is on the call with Martin. Martin seems to be telling Ingrid about his new girlfriend. When Ingrid tells Stephen about the great news, he doesn't seem too excited about it because he thinks that Martin probably just wants to sleep with her. The following night, in a cocktail party, Stephen encounters a strange lady who introduces herself as Anna Barton. It is later discovered that Anna is Martin's new girlfriend. Stephen asks her how many months they have been together. She answers that it's been a few months. After the small talk, a deafening silence ensues, followed by a long stare which is broken by Donald, Stephen's colleague. The following day, Martin and Anna arrive at home. Martin introduces Anna to his family. They all catch up, but unfortunately they couldn't wait for dinner as the duo left. The next day, Anna calls Martin and they fix up a place to meet. Stephen tells her that he will meet up with her in the next 1 hour. In the next 1 hour, Stephen meets Anna in the specified address and they begin to make love to each other hungrily. After the vigorous session, Stephen freshens up in the bathroom before coming out and giving Anna a very long stare. The following day, Martin visits Stephen in his office and tells him about his new job as the deputy political editor. Stephen is shocked and thrilled at the same time to see Martin get such a position at his young age. Martin goes further to tell Martin about Ingrid's decision to let them celebrate it tonight. Later that night, Anna and Martin's family have dinner that night in a restaurant to celebrate Martin's win. Unfortunately, the dinner turns sour as Ingrid continues to throw questions about Anna's past. Anna reveals that her French mother has had 4 failed marriages and also the death of her brother by suicide. Ingrid asks Anna about the cause of the suicide, but Anna answers in a puzzling way, saying that it is love that made her brother commit suicide. Martin is irritated by his mother's behavior, so he decides to leave the dinner under the umbrella of going to finish up work in his office. The dinner ends on a bad note. Anna and Martin leave together. Meanwhile, Ingrid tells Stephen that she doesn't trust Anna. Stephen quickly scurries away to follow Anna and Martin. He waits for Martin to leave before he makes his entrance into Anna's house. He tells Anna how badly he wanted to touch her during the dinner. Then they started devouring each other hungrily as they made love. The next morning, Anna tells Stephen how possessive her brother was about her. She explains how he wanted her for only himself and was too afraid to face the reality that she was going to grow up. Stephen asks Anna to follow him to Brussels for a conference. Anna refuses, because she will be spending the weekend with Martin. She also pleads with Stephen not to stalk them. The morning when Stephen is supposed to leave for Brussels, Ingrid mentions that Martin and Anna had gone to Paris and lodged in an expensive hotel. This news shocks Stephen and he becomes disgruntled. He leaves the house and goes to the conference where he doesn't seem to concentrate. After the conference, Stephen heads over to Paris and locates the hotel where Martin and Anna are lodged. He calls Anna's room through the intercom at the reception. He gives her an address to meet him. Anna meets him outside the church and they make out right there. After the blissful moment for them, Anna starts leaving after she tells Stephen not to follow them anymore. After that, Stephen decides to take a room in the same hotel. While settling down in the room, he sees Anna and Martin having lunch together in their room through his window. Stephen loses appetite and he just wants to hold Anna. The following day, Stephen calls Anna and tells her that he wants to meet and talk with her physically. When they meet, Stephen reveals his plan to divorce Ingrid and marry Anna. At some point, Stephen requests that Anna leave Martin for him. She declines, questioning his sincerity and wanting their bond to resemble that of a typical married couple. He seemed to have accepted the truth that he does like the illicit relationship. It comes out that Anna's brother's incestuous love for her throughout youth has left her with psychological trauma. One evening, after seeing her out on a date with Peter Wetzler, he takes his own life. To Stephen's dismay, Anna and Peter fell in love that night, but eventually broke up even though he continues to be a constant in her life. Elizabeth, Anna's mother, arrives in London and discovers what has transpired between Stephen and Anna right away. She also informs the family that Martin is eerily similar to Anna's late brother, despite the fact that only Stephen is aware of the circumstances behind his passing. Privately, Anna's mother informs Stephen that the marriage will be a great opportunity for Anna. She begs Stephen to refrain from ruining it for her. Stephen regrettably realizes Elizabeth is correct and ends the relationship. This, however, does not persist, as Anna later sends Stephen the key to an apartment on the 3rd level. Since Martin moved in with her, she has hired an apartment so that they can continue their trysts. Anna and Stephen have resumed their frequent visits. The The apartment's landlord calls Anna's house one day to ask about a broken water heater. When Martin responds, he is perplexed to learn that Anna has a second rental flat. She had departed to meet his father when he calls her place of employment. Martin makes the decision to go to the address the landlord gave him. When he unlocks the door, he sees his father and fiancée sharing a bed. He goes slowly backward in shock and dies by falling over the railing of the narrow stairway. Stephen runs outside and sobs while holding his dead kid. Before the ambulance arrives, Anna sneaks out and leaves. After some time, Stephen returns home to see his wife beating her face up to get the pain out. He holds her as she sobs out loud in his arms. Stephen bandages her wounds and gives her some sedatives. The following day, Ingrid claims that there is just one individual for everyone. It's for you, Anna. Martin, for me. Who's for Anna? Showing off her love for her own son. Stephen then goes to the press who are waiting downstairs at his home to make an announcement about his departure from politics. Stephen then goes to Elizabeth's hotel room to look for Anna. Elizabeth claims that Anna is absent and that she frequently returns to Peter. Stephen notices her as he turns to leave and rushes into a next room where Anna is sitting quietly. The final scenes show a long-haired Stephen walking by himself in a little French village, but the two are unable to make amends. He claims to have created his own life. He only ever saw Anna one other time, and it was in an airport. She was with Peter and carrying a baby, but she didn't see him. After losing his son, wife, profession, reputation, and lover, the story closes with Stephen eating dinner by himself in an apartment while gazing at a blown-up photo of Martin, Anna, and himself. Exceptional entertainment that was expertly orchestrated, wonderfully staged, and played with complete conviction. Although its vivid soul may have more in common with Jackie Collins than Jane Austen, you can't help but be drawn in by its passionate nature and strong acting. Rate this movie on a scale of 10 in the comment section below.